Hi everybody, and welcome to another Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire Wi-Fi battle. Today I have a battle against Sara, and this is the same Sara that I faced in battle number 25, so this is a rematch, although we are using different teams this time. So, as you can see, she brought a very strong team again, very well balanced, which is going to make for a great battle, so we're going to get into it. So, I led with Gyarados, and she led with Gardevoir. So, she is going to actually trace my Intimidate, and then use that to lower my attack. And then, in turn, my Intimidate is going to lower her attack as well. So, I switch out right away. I don't want to get hit with an electric move. So, I'm going to come in with Sylveon, predicting that. And she actually goes for the Mega Evolution into Mega Gardevoir. And sure enough, she did go for the Thunderbolt, so she hits me with that, and it doesn't do too much. I do have an Assault Vest on there. So then she switches out and comes in with Heat Ran, probably predicting the Fairy move, and that is what I went for, the Moonblast. So that's barely going to do anything, as you can see. So then that's going to force me to switch. I don't want to get hit with a Steel move, so I'm going to come back in with Gyarados and get the Intimidate to lower her attack. So she did go for the Flash Cannon, so again, glad I switched, and that's not going to do too much to me. So then she's going to switch out again, actually, and come in with Ferrothorn. But I was actually predicting a switch, which is why I used that chance to go for the Dragon Dance to get my +1 attack and speed off. So this turn I'm actually going to go for another Dragon Dance, not sensing any real danger from this Ferrothorn, to get another +1 attack and speed. She just goes for the Stealth Rock to get the entry hazard set up. So I'm going to go on the offense now and go for the Earthquake, best move I have for this thing. And that's going to take her down by about 2/3, but she does survive, and then hits me with the Toxic to badly poison me. And then I'm going to take some damage from the poison. So she switches out here then, and comes in with Gengar, probably predicting another Earthquake. And that is what I went for, so because of Gengar's Levitate, that's not going to do anything. And then I'm going to take more damage from the poison. So this turn I'm going to go for the Waterfall, do as much damage as I can. And that is going to drop her all the way down to her Focus Sash. And she's going to go for the Shadow Ball then. And that is going to drop me to 36 health, but I do survive, and that's going to trigger my Citrus Berry to give me some health back. And then the poison is going to drop me back down to 50 health, actually. So she switches out then, and she's going to come back in with Ferrothorn, predicting another Waterfall probably. And that is what I went for, unfortunately. So that is just barely not going to finish her off. And I'm going to take damage from the Iron Barbs and the Rocky Helmet. And that is actually going to finish my Gyarados off and give her the lead at 6-5. So then I'm going to come in with Donphan and take some damage from the rocks. And I'm just going to go for the Stealth Rock, actually, to get my entry hazard set up. She actually goes for the Power Whip to do damage to me, and that is nearly going to take me out. I just barely survived with 28 health. But then the damage from my Rocky Helmet is actually going to finish her Ferrothorn off and tie the battle up at 5-5. So then she's going to come in with Heat Ran and get damaged by the rocks. And she actually just goes for the Dragon Pulse. I didn't switch because I didn't think it would be worth it at this point. So I just stay in and let her take me out and take the lead at 5-4. So then I'm going to come in with Gallade and get damaged by the rocks. And she's actually going to switch out then and come back in with her Gardevoir, probably predicting the fighting move, and take some damage from my rocks. So I go for the Mega Evolution into Mega Gallade. And I actually went for the Zen Headbutt just in case she did switch. So that's going to take her down to about a third. And then this turn I'm just going to go for the Shadow Sneak, and that is going to be enough to finish her Gardevoir off and tie the battle up at 4-4. So then she comes in with Flygon and gets damaged by the rocks. So I'm going to switch out then and come in with Sylveon, predicting a Dragon move, and I'm going to get damaged by the rocks also. So she goes for the Dragon Claw, and that's not going to do anything to me. So then she's going to switch out again and come back in with Heatran, probably predicting a Fairy move again, and take some damage from the rocks again. So I did go for the Moonblast again, so that's not going to do hardly anything, as you can see. So this time I stayed in to try and fight this thing. She goes for the Flash Cannon. Hits me with a crit actually and drops me to 13 health, but I do survive just barely, and I go for the Shadow Ball, and I actually get the crit too, drop her into the red, but she does survive that as well. And then this turn just goes for the Flamethrower and finishes my Sylveon off and takes the lead back at 4-3. So then I'm going to come in with Heliolisk and take some damage from the rocks. So I'm just going to go for the Surf here to finish her Heatran off and tie the battle up once again at 3-3. So then she's going to come back in with Flygon and take some damage from the rocks. So I outspeed it. I stayed in hoping I would, and hit it with the Dragon Pulse, and that is going to drop her down to the red, but she does survive, unfortunately, and hits me with an Earthquake. And that is going to take my Heliolisk right out and give her the lead back at 3-2. And she's going to take some Life Orb damage and just barely survive that. So I'm going to come back in with Gallade and get damaged by the rocks again. And I'm just going to go for the Shadow Sneak and finish this Flygon off and tie the battle up again at 2-2. So then she's going to come in with Sharpedo and get damaged by the rocks. I switched out here just because I didn't know what she was planning, but I wanted to try and save Gallade. So I came back in with Heatran and got damaged by the rocks. She actually went for the Aqua Jet, hit me with that, and dropped me down by about 3/4, but I did survive, and then I'm going to regain some health from the leftovers. But it's not going to matter because she's just going to go for the Aqua Jet again and finish my Heatran, unfortunately. And that is going to give her the lead back at 2-1. So then I'm going to come back in with Gallade and get damaged by the rocks. So she hits me with the Aqua Jet again, and that is going to drop me down by about 2/3, but I do survive, and hit her with the Close Combat. And I'm going to get my defenses cut, but it's worth it to get rid of the Sharpedo. Also, I'm going to take damage from the Rough Skin, but that's it for Sharpedo, and that ties the battle up at 1-1. But the only Pokemon she has left is Gengar, and upon switching in, that's actually going to get taken out by the rocks, and that is good game, Sara. So thanks for watching again, everybody. Great battle here today. As always, feel free to like and or comment, as well as subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for more new battles in the future. So that's it, and we will see you next time.